Hello everyone. In the previous video we learned that how we can build the relation between post and galleries, how to add the relation between post and categories, and we are getting the post and its relationship data, right? So now the time is to view them into the table. So here I'm going to return these posts to a view. So there are multiple ways, so you can pass this using compact method, or you can use this with method or array method. So I'm going to use this array, right? Save this one, and now this post variable will be available on this index. So let's go to the index, and here in the index, let me go there. So in the index, this one is displaying post here in the table form, right? So I want to first check that if there are posts, so then it's going to display the table, right? Otherwise it's going to tell us that no post found, like this. So here I'm going to check that if I'm going to add the blade directive. Whenever you are in the blade directive, try to use the blade directive, because they are specially designed for the blade, so they will more grip on the blades. Okay, so here I'm going to add the count. So I already told you that why we use this count. I'm using this count for counting the number of records for the post. So if we have 3 posts, it will return 3. If we have 2 posts, it will return 2. So here I'm checking that post, if we have a post greater than 0, then I'm going to display this table. So it means that we have some posts. Then I'm going to display some table like this, and here I'm going to add the else condition if we don't have. So I'm going to display here h3, right? And here in the h3 I'm going to display that no post found. Okay, and here I'm going to also add a class of text center. I want to add this into the line center, and then also I want to make this text danger. I want to make the text red. That's why I added these two classes. So basically these are classes which are used to in the bootstrap, and we are having some posts, so that's why it's displaying this table. So first I'm going to add a negation here to change the logic, right? So now it's going to display as no post found. So we can first set its title, and yes, it's displaying no post found, and it's displaying exactly what we are looking for, right? So it's also going to, we need to add this inside this one, so it's going to display okay. So I need to apply this on here overall code body like this, right? Let's get refresh and check that how it's look like. Oh, it's lost our design. So let me make sure that how to add this. So we need to add this after this body, right? So then it's not going to drop the design because we are adding this in the code body. Okay, so here now we are displaying that no post found. So it's pretty good. And now next we need to show all of our post, and here this one is our table. So I'm going to remove this negation, right? And in the negation I removed this negation, and now it's going to display as table. So in the table I'm going to display all of my post. Okay, so in the first one you need to display an image. So I'm going to get the image later. First I'm going to get its title, right? So here I'm going to before this title, here I'm going to let's cut this table raw. I'm going to get all the posts and display them into this table raw, because I want to display them into the table form, like multiple tables raw if we have multiple ones, right? Add for each loop here like this, and here I'm going to display the post as a single post, and then I'm going to display this logic like this. Okay, and here I'm going to display the post title. So this one is now our post object is available here, so we can display the post title like this. So post, I'm going to explain each and everything, and if you don't know, if you are maybe you know something, but for some time you don't know some things. That's why I'm explaining each and everything. Maybe you are already designed 3 to 4 project, so maybe you are thinking that why I'm explaining it too much. So it's also used, beginners can get the advantage from this series, because they don't know whenever I'm doing something and I'm telling that you can watch this from somewhere else, why I'm using this concept, so they will get confused. So that's why I prefer to shoot everything in my series, so beginners and intermediators also can watch this series. So here I'm going to define the post title, okay, and then I'm going to display its description. So why it's added this progress, let me go here. Oh, it's displaying basically in the description. So I'm going to remove this out, and I'm going to add this I'm going to add the post to description. So here we need the description, we need to limitize our description. Let me tell you in a minute. So let's get refresh, and yes, we are receiving this its title and its description. Let me check this in the database that we have this, yes, Maggie Donald. So let me change this to Laravel post, okay, and let me add this Laravel in the start, Laravel description, and blah 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 blah. Okay, so now because our description contain a lot of words, so now it's generated this huge column, right? So we don't want to generate this huge column, we want to display this whenever we have character greater than 15, so we want to display 3 dots, that it's having a lot of content, but we want to restrict this. So now let's go here, and how you will achieve this. So just cut this out and apply str. So basically str is used for string, so there are a lot of helper in the strs. So this is a facade. I'm going to assign a limit. So basically this limit is used for limitize our string. So this accepts 3 parameters. The first parameter, you need to pass your string, right? In our case we have post description, and second you need to pass the how many characters you want to display. So I want to display 15, and then third, what you want to display here in the 3 use, what you want to display here. You can display 2 or 3, it's totally upon you, but by default it display 3 dots. So I'm going to change this with the hash, right? So now displaying hash, but its hash is not descriptive, so I'm going to display this 3 dots, right? But by default this str limit contain these 3 dots, so that's why I remove these 3 dots. So it's going to display 3 dots, and yes, it's displaying 3 dots because by default it's set to this in the str limit facade. Okay, that's fine. Now our table is not now our column is not stretching, and then display some others. Here I'm going to display also category, so I need to add this column here. I'm going to add this category, okay, and here I'm going to display its category. So I need to also copy paste one more td here. So here I'm going to display the post category. So this one is post object, and in the post I'm going to go to its category relation, which we define here on this model. So let me go here, we define this category. So I'm going to call this category through this category. I'm not going to pass these parentheses because it's going to load it with this foreign key category, and then in the now I can access the category table, right? So in the category table we have let's go to the category, we have name column, right? So this one, electronic, fashion and stuff like that. So you don't need to take care about its okay, let me first get its name. So now it's going to get the only this specific post category, because we built the relation with the foreign key. We added the foreign key of category into the post table. So now it's going to check that this post contain which category, and then it's going to get the category name. So save this one, and it's going to grab the category. Okay, and yes, now it's getting the sports, electronics and stuff like that. Great. Okay, so what's next we want to get its status, right? So post, and then you are going to get the status. I think it would be is published. Okay, is published. So this one is going to display 0 or 1, right? 0 or 1, but 0 or 1 is not too much descriptive, so we want to display that published or draft. So how we can do this? So let's go back here, and here I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to not going to remove this one. I'm going to add this post published. If this is set, I want to know if this post is published equal 1, right? Then I'm going to display this published. Okay, otherwise I want to display it here draft, right? So basically this is a tertiary I'm not sure, I'm not going to pronounce it properly. It's basically a shorter form of if, right? So you can watch this tutorial on the YouTube, that how it's going to what is the shorter form of if. So basically here we are checking that first condition, and then you need to, after this you need to apply a question mark, and then here you need to pass if condition value. If is true, then it will be executed this one. Otherwise, if first condition is not met, then it's going to add this else condition and execute this stuff. So that's why we are using this shorter form. We don't want to use this if then else and stuff like that, so we are going to use this shorter form. So let's get refresh and check that in the 0-1 form, and yes, it is playing draft, published, and stuff like that. So in this way you can customize your value. You can display the active or inactive and stuff like that. Okay, so here in the TD, in the last TD, I want to display the information, like I want to display my buttons. So first I'm going to add the href. So here I'm going to display the view button, so I can view the full post into the new tab or in a new model. It's totally upon you. btn success. Okay, and I also want to view, I want to edit the post, and this would be info or primary, and then also I want to make this danger for delete, right? Danger. Save this one and get refresh, and yes, we are displaying this view, edit and danger button. So these are all large button. So let me select these classes, and here I'm going to add one more class. So which class I'm going to add? btn sm, so which is going to now generate the small button, not large. Okay, so now it looks more clear than larger button, right? So we have 3 buttons. So you can also display their icons, like eye icon. Here you can display the pencil icon and trash icon, right? So our video size is going little bit bigger, but I'm going to cover this full in this video. Okay, so hope you are also enjoying, because I'm explaining each and everything. So here, if you want to display the icons, I'm also going to display, I'm going to grab the icons for you. So font, you need to search font away some CDN, or you can go to the font away some main website and grab all of the CDNs. So I'm going to use this 5.1 because it's free, and I think 6 version is appeared. So we need to get the icon from there. So here I'm going to use style because I want to use this only for this index method. So I'm going to add the style in the style section, and this style section is already rendered in the master blade. And yes, we added this here tag, and let me first add this icon class here. So let me here add the class of icon. So this one is icon. So let me add the class. So here this one contains some different classes. You can check them from the Motivation website. So the view icon class would be FA and I. So now this icon will be available. So let's get refresh and we'll view it here in this action tab. And yes, now our icon is appeared, and I also want to display other icons. So let me pause the video and I'm coming back.